Thanks for that. Your child graduating high school is a major accomplishment, but college is a whole different story. 53% of college students don't graduate in 4 years. It often takes them 6 years to graduate. I was 5.5, so I can't really say much about it, but hey, you can do it in 4 years. There are some tips and some great news for parents. Pam Mashburn joins us right now, the publisher of Potential Magazine, to talk about some ways we can get these kids out of here in 4 years.
I know. Let's try and get them off our payroll and on their own payroll. Yeah.
And it's different. When I was on the parents' payroll, I thought this is great, but now I'm on the other side looking at a high school or going to college. I'm thinking, can you do it 3.5 maybe? Can you go real fast?
Let's do faster.
But, yeah, the stats say that 37% of college students graduate in 4 years.
That's right.
That's not many.
That's not many.
Yeah, no.
I know. Yeah, and if you go on, there's another 26% graduate in 5 to 6 years, but there's still like a third of those college students never graduate.
What are some of the reasons that are taking them so long?
I think part of it is that a lot of them are working. It's expensive.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like when we were in college. It didn't cost as much. Now we're talking about $84,000 is the average 4-year college.
That include like tuition, room and board, all
exactly, your books, all that kind of stuff. Not necessarily food,
right?
But room and board and tuition. And if you're going to be in it for an extra year, you're talking about another $20,000 possibly, and the ability for that child to earn income and experience and start saving. They've lost that year. So now I was one of those 5-year people, and one of the reasons I didn't is because I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I was talking to some different folks in town at AUM. Tyler Peterson was telling me that a lot of 18-year-olds don't know what they want to do, and the national average is that children, well, we call them children, but students, college students, will change their major 4 times before they graduate.
And that sets you back a half a semester, a whole semester, a year and a half, because you got to take all new classes to get all those things filled in.
Right, or you may find out that you need to transfer to a different college because that major isn't at your college.
Right.
And then you've lost additional hours. The other thing is once you transfer a college, you can't get freshman scholarships anymore. So those 4-year scholarships that you would get, even if it's just a half scholarship, if you go for a year or 2 years to one school, you go to another school, you don't get those anymore.
So parents are out there watching right now. They may have a high school freshman, sophomore, junior. They can do things now to be proactive, right?
Yes. Some things that they can be doing is letting their kids job shadow. We actually talked to a military guy. I have one that wants to go into military, and he's actually job shadowing him out at Fort Benning to see if the Army would be a great place for him. He's looking at a ROTC scholarship. So there's things to do now, and he's in 9th grade. Do it now. Let them find out at least some places they'd be interested. There's another tip that if there's 3 things they're interested in, go to a college that offers those 3 majors, which I think is a great one. Some other things are start earning credit now. There's AP classes, there's early college through the University of Alabama, there's dual enrollment through AUM and Troy and some other colleges.
What about the summer class? I know it's not the most exciting thing for the student to hear, but it could give you a little jump start.
Exactly. And especially if you're already in college, that's a perfect thing to do. And if you're going off to college somewhere and you're home for the summer, go ahead and take 1 or 2 classes, and that'll help keep you going and not get you off schedule. There's also some different opportunities through online courses, even for high school students. If people will text 42828 and the word potential, we'll send you a newsletter that's got information about those different ways that your high schoolers can start looking at it now. In fact, University of Alabama has an early college program where as young as sophomores can start taking college classes on campus.
Wow.
1 month, they take 2 college classes, either June or July. It's really inexpensive. I think they're really trying to attract some students there, so they're doing that.
You come as a sophomore almost by the time you graduate high school.
Yeah, well, you want to be careful. You don't want to go in as a sophomore, because if you go in as a sophomore, no freshman scholarships.
So a really, really well-groomed freshman.
Just go up to 30 hours. Okay. Don't go over that. But some other things, if you've already got kids in school, besides transferring, changing majors, there could be some scheduling conflicts. If your child is co-oping or working during school, make sure that they're talking to those college advisors about when this one class that you need to graduate is only offered once a year. Make sure you know when it is. And then the other one that we heard from college admissions folks is there's a lot of sleeping in going on. Surprise.
No, mom and dad are there to wake you up. You got to be responsible for your own. It's, I think I'm going to miss this class, and all of a sudden you have to take it again.
Yeah. So, and I did even hear somebody at Huntington tell me that there's a mama that actually calls her son every morning to wake him up to go to class. So we want to avoid that. Let's go ahead and get those alarm clocks working while they're in high school.
Let's tell folks where they can find Potential Magazine, Pam.
You can find it anywhere teens and their parents are. We are at schools, beauty parlors, doctor's offices. Again, text us. We have a Facebook page, Potential Magazine. Let us know if you're not getting it, and we'll make sure you have it in your hands.
Yeah, you're going to save my parents about $30,000 with all that information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want them to
We
know.
appreciate it. Those parents out there will benefit today. Pam, thank you for coming. We'll see you back
Thank
here
you.
next time.